Going online today, I noticed that I pretty much have seen almost every movie that has come out in 2013 up to a point. There's a few films that are not playing everywhere, but one thing I noticed checking online that there was this movie that I've not seen a trailer for, I have not seen any publicity or anything at all, and it's just playing at like 5 or 6 theaters in the area where I've lived. And that movie is called Bless Me Ultima or Ultima. I just didn't know exactly what the movie was about, but I was really curious because it was playing everywhere in the area where I live. And it was also directed by a filmmaker by the name of Carl Franklin, who I checked his resume, and he has worked on a lot of very notable films, from Devil in the Blue Dress, Out of Time, One False Move, and he's worked on countless television shows throughout the last 20 years. So this guy is a very notable filmmaker. I don't know if I've actually seen any of his movies, but I'm aware of who he is. I mean, I just, I've heard of him before. That's it. So I was really curious to see this movie. I didn't really see a trailer. I didn't know the actual story. I didn't know what I was going to get into watching this movie. But one thing I did find out, I think the proper way of saying the movie is Bless Me Ultima, or Ultima. Gosh, I'm probably butchering that right now. But it tells the story, it's kind of a coming-of-age story about a young boy who is living in New Mexico during the 1940s. Specifically 1944, near the end of the war. He's living there with his family, and there's this lady that comes into their home who they call Ultima. And she is kind of a mentor, she's somewhat a protector. And this town is also a very religious town, a very Catholic town. And so he's just battling, this young kid is just battling with all these ideas that are coming into his world. From his religion, from his parents, from his older brothers who had just come back from the war, from this lady that has showed him kind of magical things and been able to cure people, but has also created a lot of conflict in the town because people in the town are worried that she's a witch, but then there's also these other witches. There is also a bunch of, there's a brothel in town. So everybody's dealing with conflict, whether it is good conflict or bad conflict. So how did I feel about this movie? And now I do enjoy coming-of-age movies. And I do enjoy seeing the perspective of, kids growing up and having to deal with life. Now, the only people that I did recognize in this movie was the actual voice of the narrator, because he's telling the story as an adult, but we see his life as a child. And the narrator's voice, I believe, was Alfred Molina. And I had to check it, and I was like, oh, cool. Yeah, that's Alfred Molina. So there's somebody I do recognize by name and by voice and by face. Even though we never see his face, we only see him as a child and his family. And there's a lot of great Spanish actors in this film that I did recognize, but I don't really know them by name. I don't know how the history of this movie came about. I know it is based on a book, but all I know is that what I've seen, what I've experienced. And I have to say that I really like this movie, and I would recommend it if you do find it in your area. I don't know how long it's going to be in theaters. It might be gone now and move on to DVD soon. I did see it in 2013. It is 2013, but I did stay till the end of the credits. And I noticed that this film was supposed to come out in 2011, according to the credits. So that was really curious. Like, what was going on with this movie? What took so long for it to get released? I know there might not be a big, huge Hollywood campaign for this movie, but I'm glad it came my way. I'm glad I actually went and saw it. And for the most part, I did enjoy it. It didn't really capture me emotionally. I didn't feel a connection that much to the actual film, but that's not a bad thing. That didn't really upset me or make me hate my experience watching the film. I did enjoy it for the most part. It was nice to see a part of life that I'm not really used to, that I don't know much about, but then I felt like I could connect on a human level somewhat and see what these people were going through, how they're dealing with life and their relationship with their families, their relationship with their surroundings, and their relationship with their God. So overall, I have to say I really enjoyed Bless Me Ultima, and I would give the film 3 stars. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I'm also on Twitter, and I'm on Facebook. And please go to WeLiveFilm.com and subscribe right here on YouTube to We Live Film, and also go to WhoYouTube.com. Thank you again for watching, and peace out!